The Blue Angels are a team that represents the very best of what the U.S. Navy has to offer. Their breathtaking aerobatics and visually stunning performances have made them a symbol of American military excellence and precision. To see them soar through the skies in perfectly synchronized formations, executing gravity, defying stunts at high speeds, is nothing short of awe-inspiring. Their mission is clear: to inspire and educate the public about the Navy's capabilities and foster a sense of pride in the service. But behind their stunning performances lies a much deeper, more complex world. The Blue Angels' aesthetic appeal contrasts sharply with the harsh realities of operating within a carrier strike group. While the team is synonymous with beauty, precision, and elegance, their world intersects with the demanding, high-stress environment of aircraft carrier operations, where life is anything but glamorous. The Blue Angels, whose official name is the U.S. Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron, are composed of a select group of elite pilots who perform air shows at events across the country. Their planes, usually F/A-18 Hornets or Super Hornets, are known for their distinctive blue and gold livery, which represents the Navy's colors. They fly together in tight formations, often performing stunts like loops, rolls, and high-speed passes, all while being mere feet away from one another. The sheer level of skill required to execute these maneuvers is staggering, and every performance is a testament to the precision of the Blue Angels' flying abilities. However, while the Blue Angels air shows are designed to inspire awe and admiration, they also shine a light on the vast contrast between the life of the elite aerobatic pilots and the more routine, but equally crucial operations of an aircraft carrier. Carrier strike groups, which form the backbone of U.S. naval power, represent the very harsh realities of military operations at sea. These strike groups are made up of aircraft carriers, escort ships, submarines, and support vessels, all of which are dedicated to providing sustained military presence, conducting combat operations, and ensuring national security. At the heart of these strike groups is the aircraft carrier, a mobile military base capable of projecting power anywhere in the world. The USS Gerald R. Ford, USS Nimitz, and other carriers in the fleet are equipped with advanced radar, air defense systems, and the ability to launch and recover fighter jets at a rapid pace. The aircraft carrier's primary mission is to support and launch aircraft, which are tasked with air-to-air combat, precision strikes, intelligence gathering, and providing air support to ground forces. But while the Blue Angels showcase the art of aviation, the carrier strike groups operate in a far different environment. The flight deck of a carrier is a bustling, high-stress environment where precision and coordination are critical to safety and mission success. It is here, amidst the noise of jet engines, the rapid movements of aircraft, and the pressure to launch and recover planes as quickly as possible, that the true nature of naval aviation is revealed. Life on the flight deck is demanding, with minimal space and extreme conditions, and there is little time for glamour or grace. Every second counts, and the risk of accidents is ever present. The aircraft handling on the flight deck, known as plane handling, is a complex operation that requires immense coordination. It involves moving fighter jets into position, securing them on the deck, and ensuring that each plane is ready for the next launch. The catapult systems used to launch aircraft from the carrier are sophisticated and require highly trained personnel to operate. The arresting gear used to catch landing aircraft is equally intricate, as it must stop the plane's high-speed approach in a fraction of a second. This requires incredible precision and coordination to ensure that every operation is completed safely and efficiently. The Blue Angels' impressive air shows don't show the physical toll that is involved in daily carrier operations. While the pilots of the Blue Angels are celebrated for their skills, they operate in a controlled environment, often flying over an open expanse with ample space to maneuver. On the other hand, the fighter pilots aboard aircraft carriers operate in environments that are far less forgiving. They launch their jets from a narrow flight deck, land in conditions that may include rough seas or poor visibility, and must be ready for immediate combat action at all times. Every mission involves potential danger, whether it's evading enemy aircraft, targeting ground forces, or defending the carrier itself. The pressures on carrier pilots and crew members are intense, with long shifts, cramped living spaces, and the constant threat of combat looming overhead. The work never stops, and the ship runs 24/7, with flight operations continuing even in the dead of night. Unlike the scheduled performances of the Blue Angels, the life aboard a U.S. aircraft carrier is a non-stop series of high-stakes missions. The stress is constant, and every sailor is required to be at the top of their game to ensure that operations run smoothly. One of the most demanding aspects of life aboard a carrier is the physical environment. The size of the ship is immense, but space is at a premium. The crew is constantly on the move, whether it's heading to their next station, carrying out maintenance on aircraft, or preparing for the next mission. Sailors live in cramped berthing spaces where privacy is minimal, and the lack of personal space can take a toll on morale. The constant motion of the ship, the noise of engines, and the pressures of working in a military environment can lead to fatigue and stress. But despite these harsh conditions, the crew of an aircraft carrier is renowned for their resilience, teamwork, and commitment to the mission. The reality of life aboard a carrier is often far removed from the aesthetic appeal of the Blue Angels' performances. While the Blue Angels are celebrated for their ability to perform flawlessly in the air, they are not subject to the same kinds of pressures that sailors on an aircraft carrier face every day. The pilots of the Blue Angels are often treated as celebrities, with their polished uniforms and pristine aircraft providing a stark contrast to the gritty, demanding world of the carrier crew. However, there is a common thread that ties the Blue Angels to the operations of the carrier strike group: excellence and dedication. Both the Blue Angels and the sailors aboard an aircraft carrier operate with one goal in mind: to perform their roles to the highest standard. While the Blue Angels focus on precision aerobatics in public displays, the sailors and pilots aboard the carrier are focused on maintaining a constant state of readiness and executing complex missions in the most challenging environments. Both groups require intense training, discipline, and coordination to achieve success. The work of the Blue Angels and the sailors of the U.S. Navy's aircraft carriers represents the highest level of commitment to excellence. The Blue Angels inspire the public with their beauty and precision, showcasing the skill and artistry of naval aviation. However, the work that takes place aboard an aircraft carrier is a far more complex and demanding reality. The stakes are higher, the conditions are more challenging, and the missions are far more varied and critical. In both cases, the ultimate goal is the same: to serve the nation with dedication, professionalism, and pride. In conclusion, the Blue Angels and the aircraft carrier strike groups are both integral parts of the U.S. Navy, but they represent two very different aspects of naval aviation. The Blue Angels embody the artistry and spectacle of flight, while the sailors aboard aircraft carriers are focused on the harsh realities of military operations at sea. Both, however, are bound by a shared commitment to excellence, precision, and the constant pursuit of perfection. The contrast between the stunning aesthetics of the Blue Angels and the demanding, high-pressure life aboard an aircraft carrier underscores the complexity and power of naval aviation and the incredible people who make these operations possible.